Good morning, all of you. So, today we will see new topic from your subject ESIoT, that is IoT design methodology. This topic is from your unit number 2, and it is quite important in your university examinations. There may be questions on the different stages of designing approach for IoT device, or a case study like home automation system. It could be asked. Okay. So earlier we have seen different levels of IoT system, that from level 1 to level 6, which consist of different components and different deployment configuration. Okay. For different applications we require we will choose the different levels of IoT. Okay, so IoT devices and network resources, applications, database, then different components, and the interaction between or communication between the different components of IoT systems. I mean to say sensors. Okay, so on that model, we will choose or we will go for the IoT levels. So by overlooking these IoT levels, actual designing of IoT system is really a challenging task because of various choice available. Okay, so there are number of options. For that reason, IoT designing is really a challenging task. So while designing, you should keep in mind that wherever your system is going to implement, it should or it should be adopted by that environment, or it should be suitable for that uh, environmental conditions, and any upgradations and adding of new features could be done easily with that system. If any requirements comes later into picture while operationing your designed IoT, you need to upgrade it or you need to add some new extra features. So for that, it should adopt easily the change. Okay, so this is the main reason why designer is rigorous. Designer need to think rigorously. Okay, so there are some stages, or we could say steps of designing methodology. Let's see that stages one by one, and after that there is a one case study of home automation system. You need to justify that case study with the IoT levels, and also how you are going to design the home automation system by keeping all these stages in mind. Okay, so let's see. These are the stages, or say steps of design methodology. Very first step is purpose and requirement. So this stage is, so in this very first step, purpose and requirements, you need to define what is the system purpose, how system could behave, and what are the different requirements. That requirement gathering is that comes under this stage one. Okay, like data collection, data analysis requirement, then system management, privacy security issues, Then user interface, what the requirement from user side. So this is the first step of methodology. Purpose, let's see an example of automatic irrigation mechanism, where the purpose is that the pumping motor should start and stop automatically with the condition of moisture level in the field. So this is the purpose, this is how you design the purpose. And behavior, what could be the behavior of the system? So system should continuously monitor the moisture level in soil. In case the moisture level of soil is deviates, differs from your threshold range, then pumping system must be turned on. And if the moisture level is increased above the threshold level, then pumping station should stop. This is the behavior. And what is the purpose? Purpose is motor should start and stop automatically according to the moisture level. And how you are going to manage all this? This could be managed remotely. So no need to do a manual operation with the motor. No need that someone came and check the moisture level and then he goes to the pumping station and then starts. This should not happen in IoT devices. This all process should done automatically. This is just an example of smart irrigation, but in your syllabus you have to explain the home automation system also. That is the case study for you. Okay, then the next stage is process model specification. So what we have done in this stage, we defines the use cases. So in this stage, use cases are defined. Then next level is domain model specification, where the different physical entities, virtual entities, devices, resources are kept in mind. And there is also one major component, that is services. How you are going to provide, whether the service is set manual or automatic, or whether the services are lightweight, or how your system should react. You already studied about the hard response and soft response. Okay, so that are the controller services. And devices could be the physical or virtual. Next is information model specification. Then here you have to define different relations and attributes. In short, you have to maintain the database. Okay, so different flow charts and different state diagrams you need to draw with the justification for these stages. Uh, I will share you some notes uh, regarding this that you can refer and you have to write down accordingly. Then next level is IoT level specification, that defines the IoT levels. We already studied all the levels from level 1 to level 6. Means very will go a little back. That means from very first step you need to collect the requirements. Requirement, after requirement gathering, you need to process the model. That means you need to think about how your system should work. And after that designing, you should keep in mind that what are the different hardware components required, how that how that hardware components will get functional. This this is come under the level 3, that is domain model specification. Then the collection information, how you are going to store that data, and how you are going to pass the data, and what exactly interesting data you need to fetch from this all raw data collection, that you need to define some information about that collected data. So this information model specification, then again I told you about the services, that different service model you need to define, and after that you need to choose the IoT level specification from level 1 to level 6, and then you need to imagine a big picture of functional view. So you after arranging the hardware components, after doing some little programming part, and where the all the components are working or not, after that check, you need to get that your idea is being implemented, and the output should desired output should become that could be seen under this functional specification. And after that you can do actual operational specification. Actually your system is being implemented in that environment, that defines the communication, service hosting, storage option, and device option that you need to be think about. And then device and component integration, as I told you, wherever your IoT system is being operational, after some requirements came into picture, after some requirements from user side, you need to integrate it. Some sensors you might change, you might have to change some sensors, you might have to add. That additional sensor collect different type of data, that data should adopted by your system, and then this data could be processed. This type of design you need to think about the IoT devices. Okay, so this type of integration could be possible. And then application level, that for what purpose you have designed your IoT system is fulfilled or not. Whether you have designed controller IoT controller system for any specific purpose or application, that could be fulfilled or not is checked by the last stage, that is application deployment. So I hope you understand all these stages. Every stage you need to properly justify and define with some diagrams and some theory in the university examination. So after designing this, what could be the advantages of such kind of methodology? So such kind of methodology will reduce the testing, maintenance, and design time. It provides you the better interoperability, and it reduces the complexity of IoT devices. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank thank you from my side.